check it out, check it out. Here's another project I'm doing. Making some bucket classifiers to try to speed up production for classification. And I had some better ideas involving mesh, but I had a hard time finding small quantities of mesh, wire mesh, without having to buy a whole roll of it for a decent price. So I figured I would give this a go, and these are just 2-gallon buckets that I plan on, and this is using 1/2-inch holes, and this was my learning experience one. I made some mistakes on the first one, but it should still work, and I alternated with some square holes and some circle holes, and it's about 3 or 4 inches up on the side too. And we'll give that a go and see how well it works. And this is the next one I'm working on. These are using more 1/4-inch holes. And I started with this one. I started on the edge working around, since this is a circle kind of structure here. And then I'm alternating in between the other holes. I'm gonna keep going and keep going. It's a pretty tedious project. There's a lot of holes, but I do believe it could work quite well once you're done with all the hole drilling. But it is a lot of drilling. I guess you could just eye it and drill if you want to make it a quicker process. And with this one, I kind of started out wrong. Some of the mistakes I did with this one is I was drawing like lines and drilling the holes that way, and then you end up not getting evenly spaced stuff out here, which if I would have went the other route and started out here first and just did a circle all the way around with holes and then alternated it until you get to the center, it probably would have worked out a little better. But I mean, it should still work. There's a lot of freaking holes in there. And this one, I got a lot of holes to go, but I figured I'd show y'all before I get it complete. But with this, you can put this inside this one, and you can see it has some space at the bottom of it. So you could fill up this one and have both of them in a 5-gallon bucket, since they both fit easily in a 5-gallon bucket. You can fill this one up, classify it, and it'll drop the 1/2-inch into the bucket below it, and then you just take that one out and classify this one, and then you're good to go. I'm not sure I'm going to do an 1/8-inch one, at least at the present moment. I might just stick to these two. As you might have seen previously in my testing video, I was testing out these homemade classifiers, and they worked pretty good. Just don't throw big heavy rocks in them or they will crack. So wash off the rocks in the 5-gallon bucket before you put them in there, and don't throw them in the actual bucket. But I haven't really made a tutorial on how to make these because I thought they were pretty self-explanatory on how to do it. You drill a bunch of holes. I did use spade bits to drill these ones out just because I felt it cut the plastic better. Same with that, than just a drill bit. And afterwards, just for some tips, I used this file. I bought it at Harbor Freight. They were pretty cheap. And I just went through all the holes and pushed it in and out from all the holes just to kind of get all the excess plastic off of there. And this is just going to be a real quick little tip things on what to do to kind of help you not make some of the mistakes I did when I made it. Like, for example, this one, I didn't really go in a circle when I was doing it, and it made it kind of uneven. So when I did this one, I started on the rim and went around in circles, alternating in circles all the way until I got to the center, so I could try to have a more uniform placement of holes in the bottom of the bucket. And I did similar things to the side, you know, just started at the rim and then alternated to try to have uniforms. I may end up adding some more holes higher up later on, but I'm not going to drag this out too much because most people can figure out what to do to make these. You basically just drill in some holes, and about the same for each ones. Just thought I would give you some tips so you wouldn't make a mistake. And if you wanted to do square holes, you can use these files. They came in a whole pack I got from Harbor Freight. These are little square holes, and that's how I made some of these squares. Just with this flat file, just going in there and filing it. It's kind of tedious and takes some time to do, so that's why they're not all square, and that's why I decided to just leave those circle. And I did try to make it a little bit bigger than a 1/4 inch because they're circles, just to help some of the oddly shaped rocks go through there that might be a little bigger than a 1/4 inch circle. But all right, I figured I would just give you all these tips, make this short and sweet. And they do work pretty good, a lot faster at classifying than using the sit on top green classifiers. I might go test them out the second time and see how they work. But until next time, hope y'all find some use in this, and they're really cheap. I think these were like $3 a bucket, so you can get these pretty good classifiers for like, you know, $3 or $4 a piece. Can't beat that as long as you have the time and willingness to want to drill lots of holes. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Hope y'all have a great day and hope you find tons and tons of gold. All right, peace out.